edition of the Wrestling Forum. This is good old MF Michael Fletcher alongside Anthony the Hitman Florio, the Twisted Angel Dee Woodson, and the Phenom Michael Volek. And guys, we are going to review WWE Clash of Champions that went down tonight from Charlotte, North Carolina at the Spectrum Center. And we have ourselves a lot of history that was made tonight. First off, let's dive right in with a couple of the pre-show fights. Triple threat match for the WWE Cruiserweight Championship was on the line as the champion, Drew Gulak, went up against Humberto Carrillo and Lince Dorado. And when it was all said and done, the winner of the bout and still the Cruiserweight Champion of the world, Drew Gulak. Then we also dived in as it was for the United States Heavyweight Championship from SmackDown Live. The champion, actually no, from Monday Night Raw, the champion, the phenomenal AJ Styles going up against Cedric Alexander. AJ Styles successfully defends the title, and we go right into the main card. Unfortunately, I will not be able to review any of the matches because I was unable, because I had work commitments beyond my control. Anthony, Dee, Mike Bullock, you know what that means. The three-person weave is about to go down tonight. So, guys, do it quick, do it fast, and get it done. All right, we start off with the Raw Tag Team titles as it was the reigning champions, Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman, putting the titles on the line against the unlikely duo of the Fabulous Robes, Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler, the winners of the bout at 9 minutes and 40 seconds unofficially. And new Raw Tag Team Champions, the Fabulous Robes, Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler has won the titles. Anthony Florio, it is all yours. History was made here tonight.
I was waiting for that, Monsoon. Well done. Anywho, I can only give the match 2.25 stars. It was a decent match. The ending was too predictable, and that Braun's misstep led to the finish with the so-called ambiguity of whether it was intentional or not. It really wasn't well done, though, because Braun has no incentive to lose the tag titles unless he genuinely softens Seth in the process for later. So it just felt contrived and ineffective. However, we do have a legitimate tag team championship team now in Roode and Ziggler. You had a feeling it was going to happen. So we'll see where it leads. I'm intrigued. So nothing more to say. 2.25 stars. That's all I can go. So Michael Bullock, your thoughts?
Yeah, I can only give it 2.25 stars as well. I mean, the match was fine for what it was. I mean, it could have been better, but I mean, like you said, Floria, with the whole thing with maybe Strowman trying to soften up Rollins for later on in the night. Yeah, so maybe it did take a little bit away from it. So there's really nothing more that needs to be said. So 2.25 stars, and I really got nothing more to say. I mean, I think we just lost Dee Woodson. I saw in the chat it said she's having internet issues, but she is backstage. I really don't know, so I think we're just going to move on, MF, until we get her back in. Oh, we got her back in. So, Dee Woodson, your thoughts? Raw Tag Team title match.
Yeah, I'll give it about 2.5 stars. I mean, it was okay for what it was worth. But not much more I'm going to say about it.
Yeah, no problem. I was looking at my notes here for the Clash of Champions, so I apologize, Dee. I didn't notice you stepped out for the second. All right, so next up we got was the SmackDown Women's title, as it was Bayley putting the title on the line against the girl from the Queen City, Charlotte Flair. When it was all said and done, winner of the bout, 3 minutes and 45 seconds. And still, the SmackDown Women's Champion, Bayley, Guys, this feels like somebody got squashed here. What? Michael Bullock, it's all yours. Bailey successfully defends the title. What happened?
That's what I want to know. I want to know what the hell just happened. I mean, yeah, I was expecting a good match, and this is all we got. Now, the only thing that was good from it, I think WWE maybe is finally starting to get trying to make Bailey look like a heel, because you saw that she basically took the turnbuckle cover off and laid Charlotte out right on the steel there, and then ran with the title. So maybe this is a step in the right direction if you want to make Bailey the true heel that we expect her to be. So, but man, oh man, Charlotte Flair getting squashed. Yeah, that's something I really did not expect. I mean, man, I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to give this an NA on this one. So, Dee Woodson, it's yours.
Yeah, this really was not a very good match at all. I thought it was pretty bad. I'd have to give it, if not the worst match of the night, I would have to put it pretty close to the worst match of the night. So, with the way the finish went, I'll agree with Bullock to go on NA. So, Florio, it's yours.
1.5 stars for me. That's the best I can go. I think we all expected Charlotte was, she had a more memorable match in her hometown with Bailey in mind. But storyline wise, this was a good move in terms of clearly establishing what Bailey is willing to do at this point as a heel to keep her title. And it also helps keep the length of the show manageable, because we all know these pay-per-views are ridiculously long, but this one was not too long at all. It was done at 10:30. It was 3.5 hours long. So, which I thought was really nice. More of these, please. And let's try to do more of the same for the Big Four shows as well. So 1.5, that's all I can give. And finally, Bailey did something to establish her heel persona here, taking her belt and running. Well done. We find it's a slow step in the right direction. We need more though, but this was a good start. More. MF, go.
All right, we go off to the SmackDown Tag Team Titles fight. The Revival, who normally belongs to Monday Night Raw, goes up against the New Day from SmackDown Live. And when it was all said and done, the winners of the bout in 10 minutes and 15 seconds via submission and new SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Say yeah! The Revival are the new champions. Dee Woodson, it's all yours, my dear. New tag team champs.
Yeah, we got new tag team champs. I'm going to give this about 3.5. I mean, this is a good match. The Revival basically dismantled the champions. I mean, they attacked Wood's knee. They focused on, taking down the big man. So, yeah, I mean, now you can actually say the Revival's won 3 titles in WWE now, because they've had NXT, Raw, and SmackDown. So, hey, it's something here. So, yeah. I'm going to give it 3.5 stars. This was definitely good after coming out of the little women's title match. This was definitely a good way to recover that. So not much more I'm going to say.
Yeah, a solid 3.5 star match here. It was a fine match. It told a specific story well. Good to see the Revival get a decisive win like that and cut a gloating heel promo afterward. But the thing here is, these guys are Raw guys. They just won the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. MF, I think we have maybe our first indication of who could be joining Team Blue come the Fox move. You might be getting the Revival, man. You get the Revival. Oh my goodness,
dude. The thing is, Fox is looking for sports-oriented, actual wrestling. These guys scream professional wrestling,
yes,
not
do.
sports entertainment. They would be a perfect fit for the new SmackDown on Fox.
October 11th, the draft. It's official. They made it official today. So, and Fox personalities and NBC Universal personalities are going to be on those respective shows. Come Friday, October 11th for the second SmackDown Live on Fox, and then it will conclude October 14th on Monday Night Raw. So we'll find out who gets to join Team Blue first. So MF gets the first nub. So we'll see what happens. So with this win, MF, I think you're going to be saying yeah a lot more, if you know what I mean. So I agree. 3.5 stars. Nothing more to say. Let's move on.
Mike Bullock. Yeah, the Bullock is all yours.
Long and busy day.
Yeah, but well, first off, Florio, for the previous match, who was the referee for that match?
Oh yeah, our favorite referee as well as MF's favorite referee. You know who it is, Mr. Danilo Video. Did you see that suit he had on today? Awesome.
Yeah. All right, getting to this now. I agree. This was a 3.5-star match. Yeah, I mean, this was a really good match. I mean, yeah, I mean, the Revival. I mean, now they're SmackDown Tag Team Champions, and yeah, I think we got the first inkling that perhaps that these two are going to be moving to SmackDown Live, or shall we say it's going to be soon be called Friday Night SmackDown come October the 4th. Yeah, so yeah, Fletch is definitely going to be saying yeah for the time being. So 3.5 stars. I really like how, I mean, that little heel promo at the after the match. So yeah, there's really nothing more to say. So let's just move right along, Fletch.
All right, guys, and we're gonna move right along to the women's tag team title fight. It was the challengers, the Fire and Desire, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville versus the reigning champions of Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. When it was all said and done, the winner of the bout, 9 minutes and 5 seconds, and still the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions of the World, Alexa Bliss, Nikki Cross. They successfully defend the titles. Anthony Florio, you lead off.
Outcome was never in doubt. We had a feeling this was the way it was going to go. 1 3/4 stars. That's all I can give it. It was just fine for what it aimed for, but nothing special at all. So, yeah, no doubt about it here. Bliss and Cross were the obvious winners here. There's no heat for Fire and Desire right now. If any team is going to take it off of Bliss and Cross anytime soon, I think it will be Kairi Sane and Asuka, the Kabuki Warriors, as soon as they can get back on TV and get reestablished. So that's all I can say there. 1 3/4. That's all I can say. So Bullock, it's yours.
Yeah, 1 3/4 stars. I mean, it was fine for what it was, but it could have been much better. I mean, like you said, the outcome was definitely never in doubt. I mean, you knew Alexa and Nikki were going to retain the title. I mean, Fire and Desire, I mean, they're definitely not ready to hold those titles. And the crazy thing about this match, guys, I mean, Alexa Bliss, I mean, almost became a double champion because, as you saw during the match, I mean, R-Truth came out as he was being chased by superstars going after his 24/7 title, and she almost won it from him. I mean, but unfortunately it didn't work out. So, yeah, 1 3/4 stars, and yeah, there's really nothing more to say. I mean, like you said, Florio, the only team that could really take the titles off of them are the Kabuki Warriors if they ever get back on TV. D. Woodson, it's yours.
Yeah, I'll agree with it and with the rating and yeah, I think them throwing the 24/7 title in the middle of the match, kind of makes this title look even more like a joke than what it already kind of was. Um, so I don't think it really should have been thrown out there like that in the middle of the match. But that's just me. But other than that, I mean, it was a pretty solid match. But yeah, I mean, it was.
Uh-oh. Edie, are you there?
Did we lose her?
No, she's still on. Like, I still have her on. It's just I don't know if we just lost her or not. We might have. All right.
Well, the thing is, Fletch. I mean, I saw in the message earlier that she was having internet issues.
It might be
Who
that
knows if
again. It might be that again.
yeah.
All right. So what we'll do is we'll just move on. If she comes back on, then we'll let her finish her thought. That stinks. Title on the line. Well, every title was on the line tonight. So, Intercontinental Championship on the line as it was Shinsuke Nakamura with Sami Zayn versus The Miz. Nakamura wins the match at 9 minutes and 35 seconds to successfully defend the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship. And it goes to you, Michael Bullock. So, Bullock, why don't you take one for a spin? And then we'll get Dee Dee and we'll have her finish her thought in just a second. So, Bullock, you lead off.
Yeah. Again, I'm going to give this about 2 stars. I mean, the thing that really irks me about this match. I mean, it was fine for what it was, but did you really have to put the mic on Sami Zayn and have him talk during the match? I mean, it was just so freaking annoying. I mean, yeah. I mean, I was hoping that this. I mean, it was a good match, but dang, I mean, I could have done without that whole thing with Sami Zayn. And I mean, here's the thing, guys. Didn't Sami Zayn learn a lesson from what happened this past Tuesday night on SmackDown when he got a little lesson from the Phenom, the Undertaker?
I guess not.
Yeah, he's saying that the Undertaker is disrespectful. Yeah, right. The only thing that's disrespectful, Sami Zayn, is you, lame duck man. Yeah. Nothing more to say. I mean, 2 stars is my rating. Dee Woodson, I think we'll let you finish up your take on the previous match and then talk about the Intercontinental title match.
Yeah, I'm not too sure where it cut out on me. All I know is my internet connection, I guess, is fading in and out. So I'm fading in and out.
I think you were talking about how basically at the point that why did they had the 24/7 title involved during the women's tag team title fight, and that you were saying that the title was starting to become irrelevant, which I agree with you.
Yeah, I mean, throwing something like that in the middle of it, that does kind of make the title, it doesn't seem like it's as grand as it should be. And but like I was saying, it was still a solid match, and yeah, that the champions retained, and that was pretty much expected. So as for Miz and Nakamura, this was a pretty good match, except for the BS hurt bit that we've had. But Nakamura did retain over the Miz, and I'm going to give it probably about 2.5 stars for that one. It was a good match. Just I kind of agree with everybody. Shut up, Zayn. Go away. We don't need you. And the neck brace, I mean, he didn't even have it on correctly. So
bring back the Undertaker and give him another choke slam and maybe a tombstone this time.
He didn't even have the neck brace on properly. I mean, the thing at the end of the match, it wasn't even fastened. I mean, you could notice that very plainly on the camera. So yeah, like I said, it was just a bunch of BS. You know, the whole thing was Zayn, and we really just did not need him out there. You know, Nakamura can do matches on his own. He does not need a handler. So, off my soapbox. Florio, it's yours.
I thought we were past, the whole annoying mouthpiece thing. I mean, we go from one little idiot in Leo Rush to an even littler and bigger idiot in the form of lame duck man Sami Zayn. I mean, oh my goodness. I mean, 5 years ago, I had the utmost respect for that guy. I really did. After that 5-star classic match he had with Neville when he won the NXT Championship, and then those great matches he had with.
Don't forget the matches with Cesaro.
Cesaro, yes, the 2 out of 3 falls match as well. That was another classic, absolutely. And then with Nakamura in Dallas, I mean, and then the matches with Kevin Owens. I mean, when he turned heel at first, I mean, I didn't mind it, but then as it went on, stupid. So that's all there is to say on that. I think he's even worse than Leo Rush ever was. Goodness gracious. But
that's debatable.
Well, we'll have to figure that out. 2-star match. It was okay for what it was. I mean, not quite thrilled with the outcome. I kind of wanted to see Miz get the title, honestly, because he was on that roundtable video on YouTube that I mentioned on the preview show last night. I don't know if MF saw it, but yeah, this that it's really all I can say. I mean, it was a fine match for what it was. It felt like a TV quality bout, to be honest with you. So I don't know. I mean, Bullock and I were saying last night Nakamura's Intercontinental run so far has been uneventful and nothing to write home about. Yeah,
and Sami Zayn said afterward that Nakamura continues to bring prestige to the title. Really?
Debatable.
I mean,
beyond.
Wait, time. Name somebody recently who has made that belt any more relevant than Nakamura.
Seth Rollins.
All right, cup of coffee reign, but I don't think that was any relativity, but whatever.
I don't know. I mean,
okay,
the title's lost a lot of luster recently, and and this hurts. This really irks me because MF, you more than anybody know how I feel about the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship.
Agreed.
40 years of history.
Agreed.
This match should have had the feel of that. It should have had the feel of the great Intercontinental matches from yesteryear. Macho Man and Steamboat from WrestleMania 3. The Razor and Shawn ladder match, or ladder matches, at WrestleMania 10 and SummerSlam 95.
Bret Hart and Bulldog.
Yes, Bret Hart and the British Bulldog from SummerSlam 92. I could also give you Triple H and The Rock, their ladder match at SummerSlam 98. I mean, or those Intercontinental matches from WrestleMania and SummerSlam last year that Seth Rollins won both. The triple threat with Miz and Balor at WrestleMania 34, and the match with Ziggler at last year's SummerSlam. I mean, I wanted to see something of that nature here tonight, and unfortunately, we didn't really get that. And I tell you what, if I was the Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion right now, I would be busting my ass each and every night to make that title prestigious, like it was 30, 40 years ago. Just my opinion. Titles lost so much luster over the years. It's not even funny. MF, just take it. I can't say anything else.
All right, here we go. Raw Women's title on the line. Becky Lynch versus Sasha Banks. Winner of the bout by disqualification. Sasha Banks wins the match, but you know the rules. You cannot win a title on a DQ. Therefore, Becky Lynch, still the Raw Women's Champion. But you got to believe Sasha should get another shot at the title down the line. And we give this to Didi Woodson. So, Didi, Sasha wins the match, doesn't win the title. 20 minutes. Wow. That's a lot of time for a women's fight.
Yeah, this is definitely the best women's match of the night, even though it ended in a DQ. But, of course, the one who introduced the chair in the match in the first place was Sasha, and she did it behind the ref's back. So, of course, when Becky goes to retaliate behind the ref's back, Sasha moves just for her to hit the ref. So, yeah, I mean, this was a really good match. I really enjoyed it. It was a good investment with the crowd. The crowd was really into it. You could hear them chanting for Sasha and Becky and, back and forth. It was a great angle. And, this is going to set up the rematch at Hell in a Cell. I had said last night I didn't know, if Becky was actually going to win the match or not. But I knew she was going to walk out with the title, and that she did. And how many women's matches have you seen actually spill out into the crowd like this one? Not very many.
Rare. Very rare.
Very, very rare. So, this one actually spilled out into the crowd, spilled out into the vestibule. It was awesome to see these two go to those limits, because you don't see that happen very often, and it happened in this one. They took themselves to the limits, and I'm looking forward to their next matchup, which, like I said, I think will be at Hell in a Cell. So, I'm going to give it about 3 3/4 of a star. So, not much more I'm going to say about it. Florio, it's yours.
How often, MF and everybody out there, how often do we say that the fight of the night on a pay-per-view or a TV actually ended in a disqualification?
Actually, I believe this would be first time ever we would have, no contest, Shawn Michaels and Triple H, with the infamous fight in San Antonio. That one, not only did we give it a 5-star rating, but we also called it the fight of the year.
That thing was epic, man. Yes,
yeah.
I mean, that's one of our all-time favorite matches. I mean,
yeah.
I believe we put that at number 2 on our list, only behind SummerSlam 02.
Yes.
The non-sanctioned street fight. That one was forever our favorite, and rightfully so. But yes, even with that non-finish, that was still a 5-star classic. We were like, no, who cares? It was still a 5-star despite the clunky finish. And well, this one was not quite 5 stars. It was 4. I'm gonna give it 4. I would have gone higher, but the DQ finish obviously ruined it. I mean, normally we give it NA and all that good stuff, but the match was just so damn good. I mean, I really don't have the heart to do it. I mean, everything. I mean, I told you this fight was going to be a show stealer. I told you all it would. Great match. The crowd was into it. We're going to, and Didi's absolutely right. We're going to get a rematch at Hell in a Cell. You know what? You put the women in there before, do it again. Put Sasha and Becky in Hell in a Cell, Raw Women's Championship, and let's settle this thing in Sacramento in 3 weeks. All in favor? You know what to say.
Aye.
MF?
Fletch?
I'm here, guys. Sorry. Just had to take a second.
What do you say?
What?
Sasha, Becky, inside Hell in a Cell?
Why not? I mean, the rivalry's taken a major turn. It's really getting nasty. Yeah, why not? Let them throw themselves in the devil's playground. Put them in that new red cylinder. Yeah, I would do it.
I rest my case. 4 stars, fight of the night. Put these 2 in the cell. I think it could be even better. What do you say to that, Bullock?
I say let them get it on inside Hell in a Cell. at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. So, yeah, I mean, 4 stars. I mean, definitely the fight of the night, even with that clunky finish. I mean, if we didn't have that clunky finish, I would have given it a higher rating as well. But yeah, I mean, this was just freaking crazy with everything that we saw. I mean, normally we poo-poo over a clunky finish, like but this match was just so good. I mean, how can you even poo-poo all over it? Or although I did hear on some dirt sheets that the fans were not happy with the finish. I mean, I can understand that, but I think the thing is, I mean, as we said so many times, you want to keep this story going, and I think the DQ finish keeps it going into Hell in a Cell, which we all agree it's going to be inside the Devil's favorite playground. So, yeah, there's nothing more to say. Fletch, let's move on.
We go to the WWE Championship match. Kofi Kingston versus Randy Orton, the winner of the bout in 20 minutes, 50 seconds, and still the WWE Champion, Kofi Kingston. He beat Randy Orton. Clean victory this time around. No debates whatsoever. It's over. Kofi reigns, and Kofi keeps the title. It goes to Anthony Florio. Florio, the champion, remains the champion.
Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. That's all I can say on that. I mean, the dream is alive, folks. The dream is alive and well. Ain't that right, Monsoon? That's a vintage Monsoon.
You got that right.
Yeah. Kofi's run as WWE champion, who said it was dead? It's alive and well. I was very worried, I'll be honest with you. But, yeah. Solid 3 to 3.5 star match here. I mean, this was a very good match. Better than the SummerSlam match. More excitement here. This is what we should have had at SummerSlam, honestly. But they obviously wanted to continue the feud, and that's fine and dandy. But nonetheless, excuse me. But I'm just hopeful that we can move on from this. But you never know. I mean, they could drag this to Hell in a Cell. You never know. But we'll have to wait and see what happens this week on TV. But Kofi Kingston does it. He gets it done. This is what should have happened in the SummerSlam last month. But it is what it is. So, but at least the dream is alive and well. So that's all that matters. Who's next? We'll have to wait and find out. So 3 to 3.5 stars. Nothing more to say. Michael Bullock, the dream is alive and it is well. Hallelujah.
Yes, Kofi Kingston's dream as WWE champion continues, and yeah, this is definitely a much better match than what we got at SummerSlam. I mean, this is the kind of match we should have had, but thankfully we got this kind of match this time around. And yeah, 3.5 stars for me. And yeah, I mean, I think it's time now for Kofi to move on to his next feud. Who will it be? We're just gonna have to wait and find out. So nothing more to say. DD Woodson, I give it to you.
Yeah, I'll definitely agree with the rating. I mean, this was a very, very good, very good match. It was definitely a good way to end the feud, and or at least hopefully end the feud, because now Kofi is pretty much told Orton, I can do this. This is what I've done. I deserve this. I'm not stupid, as he kept calling him. So yeah, I have nothing negative really to say too much about this match. I mean, it was good. So Fletch, it's yours.
Next up we had was the no DQ match, and the only fight that did not have a title on the show tonight. Roman Reigns going one-on-one with Eric Rowan. When it was all said and done, the winner of the bout in 17 minutes and 25 seconds. What's this? Eric Rowan wins the match? Wait, hold. Here's the reason why. A bludgeoned showed up. Luke Harper is back, and he's aligned with his bludgeoned brother. And together, they took out Roman Reigns. Oh my goodness. Is it possible the Bludgeon Brothers back on SmackDown Live? Uh-oh. That's bad news for the tag team division.
Uh-oh.
And great news for me. I loved the Bludgeons when they were together. This could be fun. But more importantly, Eric Rowan, probably the biggest win of his career, knocking off Roman Reigns. Michael Bullock, I give it to you.
Yeah, I mean, nobody expected Luke Harper to return tonight, and he helps out his bludgeon brother Eric Rowan to win this match, and I'm gonna give this about another 3.5-star rating for this match. I mean, now what? Yeah, with these two back together, it could be bigger problems for Roman Reigns. I mean, not only just because I think after the match, I heard Rowan say, "I'm not finished with you," so this may continue, and now Roman's got two problems: not only Eric Rowan, but also the returning Luke Harper. So, yeah, I mean, where will this go somewhere down the line? We're just gonna have to wait and see. So, yeah, there's really nothing more that needs to be said. Dee Woodson, let's just say the SmackDown Tag Team division may be put on notice.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, it was a surprise to see Luke Harper come out, especially with all the rumors that kept saying, he's sitting out his contract, he's going to leave, this, that, and the other, and then all of a sudden, there he is, and he's the one who actually helped Rowan do all this. So, this was definitely a very well played angle, and it fit the stipulation. The match had its moments, but it was still really, really good. And there's times where the crowd was into it. There's times the crowd wasn't into it, but it still ended up being a good match, and it accomplished what it needed to accomplish in the end. And if this continues the feud, we'll see what happens. This could end up being a 2-on-1 situation eventually, or finding someone else to stick in here to make it, two tag teams. I don't know. We'll just have to see how this plays out. If this is the Bludgeons getting completely back together, or as they kind of threw out there, these two have been together since the Wyatt family. Maybe we're having a another version of that, depending upon what they decide to do with the Fiend or someone, maybe a different leader. We'll have to see what happens. There's just a lot of speculation with this on what it could be, but still, it was a great match. Definitely about 3.5 stars. So, Florio is
3.5 stars is my rating for this as well. Very good big man match here. So much for my saying this didn't belong on the card. They made us. They made it belong tonight, and it was very well done. Nice surprise with Harper coming back. The Bludgeons, I guess they're back together now. I mean, the only thing that would have made that even better is if Daniel Bryan came out to help Roman to help Roman and turn face and have the yes thing going on. That crowd would have popped big if that had happened. That's what I was thinking in the corner of my mind when I saw this. But nonetheless, very good big man match here. Some good action and a nice hook with Harper coming back. So yeah, MF, Legends are back together, and I think that spells trouble for your new SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions and the Revival.
It could. Very much so. All right. It's time. The main event for the WWE Universal Championship. The champion, Seth Rollins. The challenger was Braun Strowman. When it was all said and done, the winner of the bout in 11 minutes. And still the Universal Champion, Seth Rollins. But it looks like we already have the next challenger right away. The Fiend. Bray Wyatt showed up, made his claim to the title. Hell in a Cell? Anybody?
Not just Hell in a Cell. Not just Hell in a Cell, but inside Hell in a Cell.
All right, and it leads Dee Woodson. Dee Woodson, you lead off on the main event of the evening.
Yeah, this was I guess you could say this was a Heyman-style main event. I mean, it was a big move, big spots, and it was booked very well. And it just came off in a good quality. Of definitely main event quality. So yeah, and the angle at the end there with the Fiend coming out. Yeah, we definitely have the next match for Rollins set up here. But yeah, you could basically say Rollins not only is the Beast Slayer, but now he's the Monster Slayer as well. And this definitely worked out really well. I'm going to give this also about another 3.5 stars. I mean, this was definitely a very well done main event, and you can even go a little higher if you wanted to add the post match stuff in there, because I mean that was just, it's really good to see it end with the Fiend on top and lining up the next match. So not much more I'm going to say about it. Florio, it's yours.
3.5 to 4 stars. This was, to me, the second best fight of the night on this. My only concern, though, how is Braun Strowman's knee? Did we not learn from the infamous Sid Vicious moment 18 years ago? Did we not learn from that? I was worried that we almost had a carbon copy of that, even though thankfully it was not as gruesome as what happened to Sid at the WCW Sin 2001 pay-per-view. No need to relive that nightmare, but still, I mean, it is not a good idea to have a big man do an aerial maneuver. The only time it ever worked was when the Big Show did that Shawn Michaels-like elbow onto Mark Henry at the 2011 Survivor Series. That's the only time it ever worked. Sid, we know what happened to him, and Braun Strowman, it looked like the same thing may have happened to him. He might have busted his knee. We haven't heard anything if it's a legitimate injury or what the story is. I pray to God it's not, because you know how much I love Braun Strowman. But I hope it's nothing serious. I pray it's nothing serious. I'm praying for him tonight. He's in my prayers tonight. Monster among men, we're thinking of you. Outcome was never in doubt. You knew Rollins was going to go over. I mean, especially he just won the title last month in the SummerSlam, beating Lesnar for the second time. Awesome. But he's got a new problem to deal with now. He slayed a beast. He slayed a monster. Now he's got to slay a fiend. And I think it's going to happen not only at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view in 3 weeks at the Golden One Center in Sacramento, but I think it's going to be inside Hell in a Cell. There's only one. That's the only way you can do it. You can't have a regular match between these two. You got to put it inside the cell. You have to. It will fit the Fiend's personality. It will fit the Fiend's gimmick perfectly. And then you can build Rollins as the odd overcoming babyface. So that's all I can say on that. You do that, there's your show stealer next month. Enough said. 3.5 to 4 stars. Very good match. It was better than I expected. I wasn't sure about Strowman going in, but a couple of hope spots here and there. But Seth Rollins needed 4 curb stomps and a pedigree to put the monster down. So well done, Seth Rollins, continuing to be my frontline soldier. I'm glad he still has the title. I was thinking, oh God, if Strowman wins the title, could I lose Rollins to SmackDown? I lose Rollins to SmackDown. There goes my franchise. And that'll give MF the biggest coup since AJ Styles. So really nothing more to say on that. So 3.5 to 4, second best fight of the night. Michael Bullock, I mean, yes. I don't know if MF wanted to say something, but
No. Bullock, go.
All right, Bullock. Hopefully Strowman's injury is not serious.
Yeah, I hope it's not serious either. So, yeah, 3.5 to 4. This match really surprised me. I thought it really wasn't going to be anything that good, but you gotta give credit to Seth Rollins. I mean, he made Braun Strowman look good even in defeat. So, yeah, he was the Beast Slayer. Now he's a Monster Slayer, but now he's got a new problem. He's gonna have to become the Fiend Destroyer, because he's gonna have to destroy the Fiend if he's gonna retain his Universal title. And that match is going down at Hell in a Cell, inside Hell in a Cell. And obviously, when it comes to the Hell in a Cell, you know what the Fiend will be saying? Let me in.
See you in hell.
All right, nothing more to say. I think it's time, Fletch, for the overall review.
It's time for the overall reviews. Let's go pretty quickly, guys, with it. Anthony, you lead off.
7 to 7.5. This was another very solid pay-per-view outing here. Fight of the night with Becky and Sasha, despite the DQ finish. Rollins and Strowman, very well done main event. And then a couple of other quality matches. Rowan and Reigns' no disqualification bout. Kofi and Orton, far better than their SummerSlam match. But the other, and a couple of surprises. A Revival going over. I was not expecting that, but well done there. I think they're SmackDown bound, much to the delight of MF. So we'll have to find out on that. Some of the other matches were okay, and I was very disappointed that they put AJ Styles and Cedric Alexander on the kickoff show. Beyond pointless, beyond unnecessary, beyond unacceptable in the whole 9 yards. So, whatever. But other than that, well done. Another solid outing. 7.5. We're on our way to hell, folks. That's all there is to say on that. So, nothing more to say. Bullock, quickly.
Yeah, 7 to 7.5 for me. I mean, I agree with everything you just said, Florio. So, yep, we're now on our way to hell in a Cell next month. So, Dee Woodson, wrap it up.
Yeah, I'll agree with the rating. There's not a whole lot to say about it. I mean, it was a fairly good show, But yeah, it's time now to change that focus to the next pay-per-view. So I don't really have a whole lot to add. So let's put the.
All right, and that's it. That'll end the night. So tomorrow night is Ridiculously Raw with Anthony Florio. We'll recap Monday Night Raw, and we'll also talk about the Tony's Take. I'll see you guys Tuesday night at 10:30 Eastern for the show. And with that said, we're done for the night. So for all of us here, for Anthony Florio, for Michael Bullock, for Dee Woodson, I'm Michael Fletcher. Have a good night, everybody, and so long for now. Bye-bye.